These videos are filmed in the city of Toronto. We acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the New Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. Hello and welcome to Movement with Laurelle, hosted by Wild Wandering Creations. I'm Laurelle and I'm going to be leading you through this practice today. Today we're going to be exploring Summer Solstice. We're going to celebrate the wonderful energy of the sun. So the sun is our basic expression, it's our vital life force, it's that energy and how we want to show up in the world. So the Summer Solstice marks an ending period of growth. So it's a good time to reflect, think about all that you've achieved, maybe all that you've learned, and start to fill yourself up with that powerful energy of the sun. Take in that sunshine and make sure that you absorb every little ounce of it. So go ahead, get into some comfortable clothes, and we'll get started at the top of the mat, standing in mountain pose. The top of our mats today. Take the soles of the feet underneath the hips, soft bend in the knees, and just allow the arms to relax alongside the body. Strong mountain pose. And as you stand here, just visualizing that sun, that nice bright sun, and just soaking yourself up with it. Filling yourself up with that energy. One more deep breath here, maybe in through the nose, fill your lungs. And exhale, sigh at the mouth, let it go. Rooting through the feet, and as you start to root through the feet, allow the arms to fall alongside the body in your strong mountain pose. We're celebrating that summer solstice, the longest day of the year, when the sun is closest to us and touches us and reaches us, and we feel the warmth, the energy. And we'll use the affirmation, the intention, I celebrate myself in the here and now. Reflecting on those peak moments, on things that filled you up with joy, filled you up with happiness. And as you start to reflect and as you start to absorb that energy, let's take a moment to recognize that yoga is an ancient Eastern practice, most notably from India. And thanking our South Asian ancestors who cultivated this practice for us to be able to partake in it. Start to soften into the shape a little more. Reach the crown of the head tall. Slowly begin to draw the hands towards your heart. And you're just going to start to root through that left knee, that left foot, and then start to lift up through the right knee. Not allowing it to come any higher than the hip. Keeping your balance, and then slowly making circles with the knee one way and then the other way. Using this practice today to reflect on everything that you've achieved, all that you've learned, and how you've grown and evolved, and celebrating you. One more deep breath here. And then slowly begin to press that heel all the way back. Step the right foot back. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Lifting that back heel away from the earth, keeping that knee forward. Lift the gaze. And then as you exhale, just release the arms alongside the body. Sweep them all the way up. Two more just like that. Big breath. Big circles with the arms. Last one here. Reach up towards the sky. And then exhale, release the hands. Frame that front foot. Step that foot all the way back, downward facing dog, and right away lift the right leg up and back behind you. Deep bend in the knee, open up that hip. Draw the heel towards your seat. And then as you exhale, draw that knee towards your nose, look between the hands, and step that right foot forward. Ground down through the feet here, inhale, lift. Again, lift that back heel. Soften into the shape. And then keeping the arms where they are, you're just going to find a soft bend in the knee. Exhale to lower the knee. Inhale to rise tall. Exhale, soften down. Inhale, reach it up. Last one here, lower. And hold for 3, 2, and 1. Straighten through that back leg. Exhale, release the hands. Release that back knee down. Untuck the back toes, and right away, let's shift those hips back, coming into a half split. Drawing that right hip back so that it's in line with the left, and folding a little bit more over that straightened leg. You can round through the spine here, tuck that chin in towards your chest. We're here for one more big breath. And then slowly walk forward, bend into the front knee, hands plant down, tuck through the back toes, lift up through the left knee, and step that right foot back. High plank here, option to lower those knees, option to shift the weight forward and back. Hugging the navel in towards the spine, pressing the floor away for one more breath. And then let's all lower the knees, bend into the elbows, and come all the way through towards the earth. Hug the elbows in as you lift away. Reach the heart open. And exhale, fold. Tuck those toes, lift up, back through center. Lift the hips nice and high. Downward facing dog. Press the heels into the earth. Inhale here to lift the heels nice and high, deep bend the knees, look to the top, step, hop, or jump towards the top. Inhale here, hands on shins, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach all the way up. And then exhale, release the hands, let them fall alongside the body. Strong mountain pose. Gently beginning to take the hands towards your heart and starting to press into that right leg, and you're lifting up through that left knee. Make sure that it's coming no higher than that left hip and start to make those circles. Moving one way and then the other way. Just exploring, getting curious. Maybe repeating that intention. I celebrate myself in the here and now. I celebrate myself in the here and now. One more breath here. And then slowly begin to press that foot all the way back behind you. Step it back, reach the arms up. Bending into that front knee. Begin to release the arms down, making nice big circles. Keeping that nice strong stance with the feet. We'll do one more big breath here. And then slowly sweep up. Exhale, release the hands, frame that front foot, step back, downward facing dog. Right away, lift the left leg up and back. Deep bend in the knee, open up that hip, drop that right heel down a little bit more. Come through center, straighten through the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose, step that left foot forward. Frame the front foot. Inhale to reach up. Coming into a nice, strong, high crescent, lift the gaze, lift the heart. Draw the jawline back. And as you exhale, bend into that back knee. Inhale to rise and straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhale to lift up. Last one here. Bend into that knee and hold for 3, for 2, and for 1. Slowly straighten through that back leg. Hands release towards the earth. And you're just going to gently release that back knee down. Right away, untuck the toes, shift the hips back, fold over that leg. And again, shift that right hip back so that it's in line with the left. Make sure that the hips are level and square. Maybe round a little bit more forward. Get a little closer to that left leg. One more breath. And then slowly press into the front leg. Hands ground down. Tuck through the right toes, lift up through the right knee. Step back, high plank. Again, option to lower those knees or option to shift the weight forward and back. moving with breath. And then finding some stillness, lowering the knees or starting to lower all the way down or halfway. Inhale here, find baby cobra, upward facing dog. And then exhale, come through, find downward facing dog, and then release the knees down towards the earth. Big toes touch, and we'll shift the hips back, coming into wide-legged child's pose. Reach the fingertips forward. Drop the hips back. Seeing if you can sink a little closer to the earth, maybe find some audible breath, let it go. Maybe roll the forehead from side to side here. Feeling a little shift in the body. Filling yourself up with that powerful energy from the sun, your life force, your prana. And then settle back through center. Let's take the hands over towards that left side. Maybe that right hand reaches on top. Drop that right hip down. Slowly walk the hands back through center, over towards that right side. Left hand maybe reaches over the right. And again, breathe into that left side body and drop that left hip back. One more breath. And then slowly walk the hands back through center. Press into the earth and come through tabletop. Hands come underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let's hug the navel in towards the spine. And then inhale here, drop through the belly, lift the heart. Exhale here to round. Tuck that chin in towards your chest. Inhale to lift and open. Maybe close down the eyes, maybe fix your gaze somewhere and allow your gaze and vision to stay there. Coming into a meditative state, just rocking, moving, breathing. One more deep breath here. And then come back through center. Walk those hands to the front. Start to shift the hips back. Keep the hips lifted high as you bow down towards the earth in puppy pose. Take the forehead down, press through the tops of the feet, and seeing if you can draw your heart a little closer to the earth. Settle into your hips, settle into your body. Start to reconnect with your breath. Maybe just listen to the sound of your breath, the sound of your heart. Letting your breath be your anchor, letting it hold you here for one more deep breath. And then gently pressing into the earth, let's take those hands back underneath the shoulders and we'll shift forward, bend into the elbows and come all the way down towards the belly. Forearms come down to the earth. Elbows underneath the shoulders, fingertips spread wide. Coming into Sphinx pose, start to press the earth away and open up through the heart, shoulder blades draw together. Seeing if you can draw the gaze up and the jawline back a little more. And if you're feeling any discomfort or anything that doesn't feel great in the low back, you can take the forearms to the top of the mat, release the forehead to the backs of the hands, and just wiggle out through the hips. Lots of options. Our bodies are different every single day, so finding what works for you in this moment and allowing yourself to stay there. Maybe even close down those eyes. Make sure that if you're in Sphinx, that you're not collapsing through the shoulders. We're here for one more breath. And maybe for your last breath, you reach the arms out a little bit wider, press into the earth and come through seal pose. Lift the heart. And then exhale, start to lower. Slide those hands underneath the shoulders, hug the ribs in, tuck through the toes, press through tabletop, and then lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Allowing yourself to sink into the shape a little bit more, dive a little deeper. And then inhale, we'll come forward, high plank. Option to lower all the way or halfway. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Slowly start to walk the feet towards the top, crisscrossing the feet across your mat, exploring and getting curious. Coming to the top, letting everything hang heavy, release the weight in the arms and shake the head no, nod the head yes. And then interlace the hands behind the head, draw the elbows in, and allow the weight of the head to fall a little further. Maybe you find a little sway from side to side. Release the hands. And start to slowly roll up through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Take your time. Let the head, neck, and shoulders come up last. Roll the shoulders down the back. Starting to interlace the hands behind the back, soft bend in the knees, pull the arms away from the body, lift the heart. Slowly begin to take the fist over towards the left side of the hip and draw your right ear to your right shoulder. Slowly come back through center, take those hands over towards the right, left ear to your left shoulder. Slowly come back through center, open up here through the arms, and then gently release them, reach them all the way towards the sky. Deep bend in the knees, tuck that tailbone down, coming into chair, and we'll pulse here for 10. Maybe you release the arms for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach up, stand tall. And then exhale, release those hands, let them fall across alongside the body. Root through those feet here, coming back into your nice strong mountain. And allow the arms to fall strong. Allow the feet to root through all four corners. Coming back to that intention, that affirmation. I celebrate myself in the here and now. Filling yourself up with that energy, that sun, soaking it all in. And then gently taking your hands towards your heart, bowing down towards your hands. Taking your hands towards your heart and bowing down towards your hands, thanking yourself for moving and breathing just for you today. And with gratitude for our practice and with gratitude for our community, thank you so much for holding space with me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And happy summer solstice, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Celebrate you. Reflect on all that you've achieved, all that you've learned over the last year, and soak up all this wonderful, powerful energy. I'll see you on the mat next week.